experiment name is Fermi energy. Using this experiment, can easily calculate what is the Fermi energy of a given material. In this experiment, we are calculating what is the Fermi energy of a copper. To calculate Fermi energy, we have a formula. That is, EF is equal to 1.437 into 10 raised to minus 15 into square root of A rho S divided by L, where A is the area of cross section of a copper wire. To calculate area of cross section of a copper wire, once we know the radius of the copper wire R, we can easily calculate A is equal to pi R square. Once you substitute the value of R, we will give you, that is a given data. Substitute the value of R, we will get area. Means A is area of the copper wire. Rho is the density of the copper wire. That is also given, 8.94 into 10 to the 4 of 3 kg per meter cube. Where S is the slope that we will get from the graph. L is the length of the copper wire. Now after substituting the value of A rho S by L, we will get Fermi energy in terms of joule. Then same thing, when we are dividing 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19, we will get Fermi energy in terms of electron volt. Okay, then see, this is the circuit diagram for Fermi energy. You can see the circuit diagram. In the circuit diagram, this is a symbol for battery. It means that we are using one battery. We are putting the value 2 volts. Copper wire. Here this is a beaker. In the beaker we are putting copper wire. Okay, this is thermometer. Thermometer. Voltmeter, we means volt. Voltmeter. Here range we are fixing in the voltmeter, that is 0 to 200 millivolts. It means that in this experiment we are using millivoltmeter. And R, resistance. R means resistance, that we are putting under ohm. It means that we are using resistance box. And also we are using ammeter. In ammeter also we are fixing the range 200 milliamps. It means that we are using milliammeter. It means that to connect this circuit, we want, these are the apparatus. These are the apparatus. It means that copper wire we want. Copper wires have 2 ends. To measure the surrounding temperature, we want thermometer. This is the beaker we are using. Okay, battery. Multimeter, one of the multimeter you used as an ammeter, because why it is ammeter? Because common is a negative, common connected cable is negative. Another we are connected at A means ammeter. This is a multimeter, another one multimeter. This multimeter we are used as a voltmeter. Why this is a voltmeter? Because one wire is connected at common means that is a negative. The another wire we are connected with means that is the voltmeter. It represents this multimeter we are used as a voltmeter. And also this is resistance box. From the resistance box we are going to be applying 100 ohm. That's why already ready it is. According to the circuit diagram, we can see this is the copper coil. Copper coil having a 2 ends like this. We have a 2 ends. You take one end of the copper wire. See, one end of the copper wire. Positive of voltmeter. Positive of voltmeter. This is the positive of voltmeter. You can see both joined together like this. Joined together. Connected at, you can see the diagram, connected at positive of battery, means positive of battery. Next, another end of the copper wire, negative of voltmeter is connected at one end of the resistance box. You can see the diagram. Another end of the copper wire, negative of the voltmeter means Negative of the voltmeter, both connect together, is connected at one end of the resistance box. Okay, one end of the resistance box. Another end of the resistance box is connected to positive of ammeter. This is ammeter. This is a positive of ammeter is connected to another end of the resistance box. Next, the negative of the ammeter is connected to positive of battery. Positive of battery. Circuit is over. Very simple. Positive of voltmeter, one end of the coil, both connect together, is connected at positive of battery. Another end of the coil, negative of voltmeter, both together is connected at one end of the resistance box. Another end of the resistance box is connected to positive of ammeter. The negative of ammeter is connected to positive of battery. This is the circuit diagram. Then after connecting the circuit diagram, we are going to be taking the readings. Okay, now our copper material is at room temperature. For room temperature, the value of voltage and current you can see. Okay, this is the current, this is the voltage for room temperature, for example 27 degrees centigrade. But you can observe the table. While cooling we are note downing the what is the voltage and current value. Through multimeter we are note downing what is voltage and current. You see the table. The first column temperature 85 degrees centigrade, 80 degree, 75 like that we have. The second column in terms of temperature, in terms of Kelvin, 85 plus 273, whatever we will get that we have to note down. Similarly, whatever for 85 degrees centigrade, what is the voltage and current we are note downing through multimeters. Then by using voltage and current, we are calculating what is the resistance. Okay, then we are showing, see, to maintain temperature, we are pouring hot water into the beaker. It means that in a beaker we are putting copper wire. Okay, you see the rising temperature you can see. Through thermometer, we are note downing temperature. For example, I am showing here. For 85 degrees centigrade, okay, this is in terms of Kelvin. For example, the voltage is 46.4. Current value is 17.6. Then R is equal to V by I. V by I we will get 2.63. This is the resistance of the copper wire for a temperature 85 degree. Okay. After the temperature goes on decreases. While cooling, it is temperature decreases. For example, 80, whatever the value of voltage and current. Similarly, we are calculating resistance, that we will get 2.61. Like this, we are taking up to 60 degree. What is the voltage and current reading? Similarly, we are calculating what is the resistance. Just you observe the nature of graph. You see the nature of graph. We are plotting a graph resistance versus temperature in terms of Kelvin. It means that we are using these datas, resistance values and temperature in terms of Kelvin values. Based on these two values, resistance and temperature, we are going to be plotting a graph, resistance versus temperature. For example, I am showing here. For example, this is the graph for the values. Scale along x-axis, we have taken 1 centimeter is equal to 5 Kelvin. It means that along x-axis for 1 centimeter we are fixing the value 5 Kelvin. It means that we are varying 5 Kelvin from 1 centimeter to another centimeter. Variation is 5 Kelvin. For example, 338, it means that the variation is 5 degree. Like that we are putting. Similarly, along y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 0.02 ohm. It means that the variation from 1 centimeter to other centimeter, we are varying 0.02. For that, here you can see 2.42, 2.44 means variation is 0.02. Increment is 0.02. By using these two data, we are plotting. Finally, we will get like this straight line. Okay. From this, we are taking a slope. You see there, ABC triangle. Slope. To calculate slope, we have a formula. AB divided by BC. Here you can see, this is AB. This is BC. Then slope AB divided by BC is equal to, here you can see the length of AB. How much it covers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. It means that the length of AB is 4.5 into what we are fixing for 1 centimeter along y-axis 0.02. It means that the length of AB into what is the value we are fixing along y-axis for 1 centimeter. When we are multiplying, we will get the value of AB. Similarly, BC. This is BC. You can see 1, 2, 2.5, around 2.5. 2.5 into, this is CB is along x-axis. Along x-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 5K. When we are multiplying 2.5 into 5, we will get the value of BC. Once we know the value of AB and BC, we can easily calculate slope. Okay. Then slope is equal to 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 ohm meter. For example, I am telling. By using this slope, we are calculating slope we want. Okay. And also the radius of the copper wire 0.245 into 10 raised to minus 3 that we are given. By using this value, we are calculating area of the copper wire. We want area, density is given, then slope is given, and L is the length of the copper wire. Length of the copper wire is 20 meter. 20 meter. Here you can see they are substituted 20. It means that radius we are given 0.245 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. It means that 0.243 millimeter. Length of the copper wire is 20 meter. Then from the graph we will get slope 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 ohm meter. By using we are calculated area of cross section. We are using area of cross section. We are substituting area of cross section is equal to 1.88 into 10 raised to minus 3. Density already given, that is 8.94 into 10 to the power of 3 into S is the slope. Slope we will get from the graph, that is 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 20. Okay. Then whatever the Fermi energy we will get, that is in terms of joules. Okay. When we are dividing 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19, we will get in terms of electron volts. Okay. Like this we are calculating. It means that once we know the value of A, density is given, S is the slope, from the graph we will get L is the length of the copper wire that we are given, that is a 20 meter. Okay, and R is also we are given, that is by using that R we are calculating A, substitute rho, substitute slope and substitute the length, we will get the Fermi energy in terms of joules, and divided by 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 we will get in terms of electron volt. This is the way we are going to be conducting the Fermi energy experiment.